Episode 7 of The Acolyte. It's finally here, boys. The episode that will finally contextualize and make the Jedi out to be these evil monsters that only do bad because they're bad and that's why they do bad. It's gonna be absolutely pitiful and stupid, and you know it. This episode fails on every level possible. Its dialogue is the worst by far. Its action is the worst by far. And unironically, seriously, this is the episode that Leslie Kennedy thinks that's gonna convince you to think, oh wow, the Jedi, they're actually pretty bad. They do bad things. And it completely fails at that. In this whole episode, from the first flashback, nothing changes. May is still an idiot, and the Covenant of Evil Lesbian Space Witches is still completely brain damaged. Nothing changes. So this episode is a treat of its own. I don't know if episode 8 will be worse than this, but man, it has a lot of heavy lifting to do if it wants to be. So the episode starts with us being back at Brendok, and the Jedi are here. And they are collecting samples of space Earth, space moss, and they're using space metal detectors right here. Why, we don't know. And this, unironically, roughly happens for the first 7 minutes of the episode. And then, after nothing happens, the Matrix tells you, oh yeah, this is important because this place got hit in some kind of magical space catastrophe and everything should be dead here, but now it's alive. And this means that this could be a magical place of magical space energy that can create a life and stuff. And while that is not a word-for-word explanation of what this garbage is supposed to be, it might as well be, because that's a better explanation than the stupid series gives you. And anyway, then Master Squid Games, aka Sol, finds Ocean May. Oh yes, because this is the classic yet fantastic trope of here's the flashback from one perspective and there's a flashback for another perspective. It's great. It's fabulous. And then Sol sees May and Osha at this tree. By the way, the tree is very emphasized and the tree is supposed to be a big deal. It's probably going to be the conflux of all the magical space energy, or it's going to be the whole. One of the two is going to be the right one. I don't know which. Anyway, Sol finds Osha and May, and then he watches them being taken back. And this is unironically the first 7 minutes of the episode. What has happened? Absolutely nothing of value. We get no explanations, we get nothing, and it's boring. He follows them back, he finds this. The only part of explanation that actually gets done here is the fact that the space witches did not make the space fortress. The space fortress turns out is a space mining facility that was abandoned in space. There you go. So yeah, the witches didn't make this. I'm sorry, lesbian space witches of color. That's right. So yeah, that's a thing. He wants to, and then the complete stupidity ensures. He scales the space witch space fortress, the space spy on the space witches, and then he sees Ocean May, and from this he gets some kind of magical epiphany that something happens. He goes back and says, there's two girls there, and then they're force sensitive or something like that. And it makes no sense. She wants to convene with the High Council because space witches exist, which they, by the way, make a very, which they point out is completely normal. This is not the first time they encounter it, but Trinity is very adamant about the fact that they need to convey with the council. Why? Don't exactly know. Not at all. And Sol is like, nah, we should just YOLO 420 blaze it or something. And Trinity's like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do it. Well, not that convening with the cancel was smart to begin with, but there you go. Torben, the master prodigy, poop in pants Padawan, is still here, and he has a pretty active role here. They have this little argument. all of this is very much set up to the point that Trinity is way above Master Soul because Master Soul is a man, clearly. Even though when Soul fights Osha, not Osha, but when Soul fights May, he completely wipes the floor with her. Well, Trinity kind of struggles. But Trinity is so much better than Master Soul because there is no white man in the vicinity. So the second closest thing to a white man is an Asian man. And so Asian man bad now. And the whole episode is, by the way, Asian man bad now. Well, to be honest, Soul being a complete idiot is the most logical thing in the series so far. Trust me, you're gonna believe this. They have their argument, then they decide, okay, YOLO 420, blaze it, was this rock, paper, scissors, shotgun, let's go in. The Wookiee shows his craft by opening the space elevator, and then they go in. And then everything happens as you already know, because why make a new episode if you can show us the same exact episode that we previously got and just add nothing new? So they talk with the space witches. The dialogue, by the way, is not what I remembered from the previous season. And here, Master Padawan Torbu yet, is getting infiltrated in his mind by the space witches. By the way, the space witches can literally infiltrate his mind and do things in the real world at the same time, which is ludicrously stupid. Anyway, they teleport him to the same set, but everyone has gone off for a smoke break or something. And then, I don't know what this scene is even about. I stopped here and I actually thought, after seeing all of this scene, what the hell is even the point of this? Is this supposed to be a completely useless depiction how one of the space lesbian moms can just get in a person's mind and make him go potato? Or is this something else? Is this supposed to foreshadow that she's a manipulator? I don't know what was the point of this scene. Does it matter how she infiltrates his head? I don't know. I don't think so, honestly. But she does, and we get to see it. What is the point of this? No clue. No clue. I think the biggest point is here that seemingly she gets control of him when he says yes to her, that he agrees with just something that she says, which is kind of strange. Couldn't she make it like rain in the dream dimension and then say it's raining, and Master Torbu is like, yep, and then he goes, potato. Couldn't that happen? Isn't that easier than just make... Or was this supposed to be, oh, she's a master manipulator because she understands that Master Torbu wants to go back to Coruscant? Oh, by the way, the reason that they are here is because Master Torbu really wants to go back to Coruscant because plucking space moss and putting it into a space analyzer is not interesting or Jedi-like. So he completely pulls off 11-year-old girl temper tantrum, runs off and tries to attack the space witches on his own or something. And then Master Saul comes up to him and says, yeah, I need to save Osha. Because from second one, for some reason, he's like, Osha is my destiny. Bro, what do you mean? What do you... He literally sees her and he's like, Osha needs to be my Padawan. What the fuck? Anyway, that's his motivation. He sees Osha and he's like, ah yes, Osha is my Padawan. Why? Well, don't know. I just feel a connection to her or something. Yeah, that's very Dr. Disrespect of you, not gonna lie there, Chief. Anyway, Space Master Jedi Mind Tricker Torbu gets turned into a vegetable. They have the conversation that we vaguely are familiar with, and then they go back to the spaceship where Trinity argues with Master Squid Game Sol a little bit more about the fact that I want to kind of talk with the council, and he's like, no, you don't want to talk with the council, and she's like, fine, I'm not gonna talk with the council. Why? I don't know. Anyway, also at this point, they are actually... Dude, the Jedi just lied to the space witches, by the way. Oh, and also, at this moment, we get a repeat from the classic scene. Ah, yes, we are not in... what's it called? We are not in Senate territory, so the Senate's rules don't apply to us, and you Jedi are powerless here. And the Jedi then say, ah, yes, true, but we as Jedi have the right to test your children for midichlorians. And they're like, ah, god damn it, that is also true. So stupid. And then the Jedi say, so we are gonna test them, but with obviously only your permission. And then they're like, yeah, you got my permission. It's why? Why did they emphasize on one of the why did they re-emphasize one of the poorest parts of the dialogue in this atrocious series? Why did they feel that they need to do it? I don't know. Anyway, then it turns out that this is a lie, and you can't scan these kids because they are too old, as we already previously know from established canon lore, which I needed to be reminded of, but that's fine. I'm not that kind of Star Wars super fan. And Trinity's like, they cannot become Jedi because they're too old. And Sol is like, oh, she is my Padawan. And then Trinity is like, no, don't put it to destiny that the things that you want to make reality or something. It's pretty stupid. Anyway, all of Sol's actions are fucking stupid. That's kind of the grand takeaway here. After the kids go here, and it doesn't make sense. The most funniest part was the fact that, you know, she's supposed to... The force sensitivity test is literally seeing, can they guess what's on the monitor here? There are no cues, no nothing that the picture switches, right? And this is May, and she's completely failing the test intentionally. She knows that there's a gorilla, she says that there's a planet, and so on. And at one point at the end, the picture doesn't switch, and she says planet. And the guy's like, well, the picture didn't even switch. You're not giving her hints that the picture even switches in the first place. This would actually be the most... The irony that they use the fact that she gives a fourth answer while there's only 3 questions is so stupid, because this is literally women thinking, oh, that's proof that she is actually force sensitive. The fact that she gave an answer when there were only 3 questions. What? No! It's the exact opposite. Like, this kid is as not force sensitive as you could honestly think about it. Now, obviously, Master Squid Games has seen them use the force, I mean, the thread, with the power of many. Yes, that's right, and it's dumb. Anyway, he takes a different approach to Osha, aka completely gaslights her, and kind of tells her everything she wants to know for some reason. Which is strange, because she can't technically become a Jedi, but that's absolutely fine. No one cares. They go back, and now nothing happens. They have a stupid conversation. This idiot runs off again and wants to get them back. I don't even know why. The fact that none of these Jedi Masters can even stop him from just leaving on the bike is insane. And then they just go in. And this is the moment where the mothers are like, the Jedi are attacking! And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna let you leave if you want to leave. That's completely fine. I don't give a shit about the stupid Covenant, because you are the future of me and the Covenant, so there you go. It makes no sense. The dialogue here is really stupid. And then May doesn't want her to leave, so May goes out with spiky-haired mom, which we don't even know the name of. But she's probably the real evil. She's probably Smile Ren's actual Sith master, because I think she survives. I'm pretty sure she survives. Anyway, Spiky mom takes May out, and she literally just tells her, you need to stop May from leaving no matter what. And then not May, but Osha. And then May's like, yeah, I'll fucking kill her. And the mom's like, yeah, that's my girl. That's my girl. Wait, what? You're gonna kill her? I mean, I said stop, not kill. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. May is on a blood spree right now, okay? She's ready. The mom does a thing that she tries to attack her, so May uses the thread and stops her. What's the point of that? I have no absolute clue. All of the lesbian space witches are pretty pissed off, but that's what happens when you're a lesbian. And, you know, May randomly smashes the entrance and exit to the place, and everyone's just looking at her like, what is this freaky kid doing? And, well, then May says, kill! And everyone's like, hell yeah, space bow time! Okay, and that happens. This is the moment where Ocean May meet up. And this is where May decides that she's going to use space fire to burn space stone and space steel, because as we all know, space fire burns steel beams. And that's pretty much it. Only from this aspect, it's like, oh, maybe May did not really want to actually kill OSHA. She just said that, and then she wanted to burn her drawing book, but well, she did not know that space stone catches on fire this easily. But then again, who did know that stone just catches on fire that easily? I sure as hell did not. But then again, I did not also know that campfires exist in the vacuum of space also. And, I mean, if this is... Dude, listen. I'm not saying that there's a situation where you can look on a kid and tell that they are pure evil and they should be killed in the crib, but this is, I think, one of those rare exceptions, okay? So, the Jedi arrive, the two moms are like, we're gonna probably fight or some stuff like that. They got their space bows on the ready. She has her space stick thing, and even though they're sold as really strong force sensitives, they're not actually using the force, I mean the thread at any point, and it's really, really strange. And then then the fight kind of starts here. The Jedi arrive, they're like, oh, we can turn you into vegetables. What are we gonna do? Well, not turn you into vegetables, obviously. And they have a talk. May comes out and says, Mom, I'm killing everyone, LOL. And then this one decides, okay, we're gonna start fighting. Padawan gets his lightsaber out. These two are like, I don't even know what's happening. Is it Tuesday or is it Monday? They start fighting and something like that. And turns out, Black Mom Space Witch lesbian can turn into dust or some shit like that. Why? Don't know. By the way, that's what all the witches can do. And it looks like she is trying to assimilate with May for some reason, because it seems like she's involuntarily doing it to May, and I have no idea why that matters. Anyway, Master Saul has the genius epiphany after she turns into evil-looking space dust to just light up his lightsaber and stab the space dust. Now, I'm not even sure where he's stabbing, but man, he does a really good stabby stab because he kills the black space mom. And obviously, the kid's like super distraught about it. No one really cares. It's May, and these children are unlikable as fuck. Then arrows start to be shot at the force field guy. She tries to fight him. He doesn't fight back. He literally handles her like a goddamn child or something. And then the lesbian space witches teleport from the raptors to the inside of the place and start chanting their space song or whatever, force many things, and take over the Wookiee because reasons. And then they fight the Wookiee. And this scene of fighting the Wookiee is so goddamn fucking stupid. There is one scene where the Wookiee is holding his lightsaber like this, and Padawan double-handedly strikes the lightsaber, and you know what happens? He goes back flying. I mean, I didn't expect a lot from choreography of the Acolyte, but man, that was just extra stupid. Okay, listen, that was just extra stupid. The fighting keeps happening until Trinity just appears out of nowhere. Why does she appear out of nowhere so late? Because reasons, don't question it, okay? And then she does some kind of Jedi mind trick thing to the Wookiee, and because it takes a billion space lesbians to mind dominate a Wookiee, when she stops it, all of them die, I guess. And that's kind of pretty much it. Then you see that it's Saul's. Then you see that. Now this actually was not the worst scene ever, but too bad everything else is sad. So turns out Saul actually has made it in here and is holding up the both bridges where the girls see each other. And while he's doing it, you know what's happening here? May is yelling Osha, and Osha is yelling May. And they do it like 3 or 4 times to each other. And then Saul is like, okay, I have to give up, so I have to let one die because I can't save both. And he's like, well, May didn't treat me like a piece of shit, so I guess May is, no, I mean Osha. Osha is the nice one, obviously, so she's gonna be my Padawan or something like that. And there you go. He saves her. And that is effectively it. Trinity says that they're gonna report to the council that there was just a fire, and that's pretty much literally it. And yeah. They're gonna just report to the High Council that there was a fire and all the lesbians died. Amazing. So, I didn't miss anything. This is pretty much unironically the full story of the episode. Are the Jedi evil? No. Is Saul a complete moron? Yes. Is Trinity stupid? Yes. Are the Jedi incompetent? Yes. Are the Jedi even remotely responsible for the fact that the evil lesbian space witches are bad and they are completely batshit insane? No. Are the space witches responsible for their own deaths? Yes. Is May a complete psychopath? Yes. The Jedi did nothing wrong. So that's the episode. Yeah, it's stupid. But what else did you expect from the Acolyte? Anyway, this was Cruiser Says In. Bye.